Good morning, grade 5. I hope everybody is doing good and you're ready for today's lesson. So let's get started. So, here I have a picture of a selfish and greedy person on the left hand side of the slide, and then on the right hand side, I have a generous person, right? So, we can see the difference in the pictures. The greedy person is running away with all the money, and the generous person is actually giving money to a homeless person or someone that needs it more than they need it. Okay, so let's have a deeper look at a greedy person. So if you were to look at these pictures, how would you describe the picture? So if I look at it, I see that both of them have an evil smile. They will never ever be satisfied. They always want more and more and more. They're very selfish or self-centered, and they have no empathy for others, which means they don't care how other people feel, right? So if we have to look at how they look, they're very well dressed. They can be young or old. They can be a male or a female. And usually, greedy people could be very rich because maybe they steal other people's money. So, if we look at these pictures, we try to describe them. So that's what I see when I look at a greedy person. But let's have a look at looking at generous people and how we could describe them. So we would say they have a kind smile, they're always happy, they're positive, they have no expectations, and they care about other people, right? Because they're generous. If we look at them, they're also well dressed. They can be young, they can be old, they can be a male or a female. And what the difference we can see here is they're not wearing flashy clothes, right? They're dressed quite casual. They don't have fancy suits on or fancy dresses and high heels on, right? They're very casual in their appearance. Okay, so you can go on page 90 in your textbook. Today we are going to do writing. It says, write a description of two people. One is very selfish and greedy, and the other one is a very generous person. They do not have to be realistic. So, like I just showed you in the examples, we have a greedy person and we have a generous person. And they're asking us to describe these two people. So, question 1 says, for each character, think about the following. So, here is a mind map. And in the mind map, it says, who am I? So for character 1, you would write in the middle a greedy person, and for character 2, you would write a generous person. And all the questions that goes around the mind map, like what kind of work do they do? Are they a businessman? Are they a nurse? The appearance, how do they look? Are they well dressed? Do they have skimpy clothes? What are their fears, what are their age, their gender. So all of these aspects you will use to describe the two people separately, right, in a mind map. Okay, so now we need to write. So a description of two people, which is the question that we were given. So you will need to write a mind map for each character. So that will be two mind maps you need to draw, right? So one mind map will be for a greedy person, and the second mind map will be for a generous person. And remember to give him or her a name. So you use the mind map that's in your textbook, that example. You just fill in the information for your character. So remember, you need to draw two mind maps, one for a greedy person and one for a generous person. Okay, so you'll need to write the heading, date and page number and draw a line. You draw two mind maps for the two characters discussed on page 90, and it must be done in your English workbook. Right. So I hope everybody understood the lesson, two people, two mind maps, right? Describe them using the mind map that's in your textbook. Right, so enjoy your homework and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.